What's going on, YouTube? Thanks a lot for coming by the channel once again to see some more Captain Tsubasa Dream Team. For this video, we're going to go over the version 6.1.0 update news that's being brought to us from K-Lab, showcasing like some gifts that they're going to give us. And I just want to go explain through that real quick because I've been seeing a lot of questions on Facebook and people asking, oh, what team should I get and what player should I go for, etc., etc. So hopefully this video helps you, and if you like this kind of content, please leave a like, subscribe down below. It's free, and come back and check out some more videos. Let's go. So K-Lab is going to be giving us a beginner's bonus gift that is actually going to apply to everybody. Everybody's going to get this gift. It's already been confirmed. They're just calling it a beginner bonus gift because I think it's like a beginner's ready team. Okay, it's 3 different teams that they're going to give us, and they have featured players. They have different featured players for each squad, and we see here Munich 11 will be one of them. We also have Schneider with the trio shot that includes Tiger Brand and Kautz, and we also have Rivaul there that comes with full body stand and gives the ever so important 10% boost to forwards when they receive a pass from Rivaul. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the squads, and we'll go a little bit of analysis, and then we'll go from there. Maybe that'll help you decide what team you should go for. Okay, here we have the Schneider Squad, which of course features Karl-Heinz Schneider. That comes with the, I forget what's the name of that shot, but you pretty much need a Kautz and the Tiger Brand to be able to execute the shot, which again, this is a beginner team. It comes with the 2 players that you need to be able to get the shot off. I feel personally that if you're gonna go for this Schneider, you need to have both the DC Tiger Brand and the DF2 Club Kautz. I think if you don't have those 2, it's a little difficult to want to really use them in a team. But at the same time, maybe I think the other one that might work is the green Kautz that's available in the German banner that's out right now. The one that comes with the Owl Intercept, that's another acceptable one. This Tiger Brand is actually not a bad one. With mid-area master, it boosts itself up a bit. The only thing is that you really can only get the Raiju pass by having the Dream Collection one, and otherwise the only thing you can get is Pinpoint Pass S, which I think was available in the shop. Might not be anymore, but I don't know if they're gonna bring it in or what's that. We know from here that Espadas is gonna get a rework, so we'll see how good he turns out. And we have the German twins, the Schmidt twins, that turned out to be pretty decent and are still pretty good with Insight Master. The only thing is that, you know, in order to get the S technique of the ones that it doesn't come with, you need their Dream Collection counterparts to be able to take the skills from there. The Thoram right here is going to be getting a rework as well. We don't know what it's going to be. We'll find out after the update, but who knows? Maybe it comes out pretty good. Right now it has a good tackling stat. I don't know if they're going to increase his intercept or what they're going to do with them, maybe, but we'll see. The Kautz right there is also just one that's really good at tackling. You would need his intercept stat isn't that good and doesn't have auto intercept, so I wouldn't recommend them. The Tiger Brand I already mentioned. Now we have, of course, the Diaz at 0.001%. So if you're into that sort of thing and you're trying to collect, it's a good selection here. The only thing is that I feel that Diaz as a forward will always be about a step behind until they give him a usable 1-2 S rank, because right now I don't think he has a single one available. He might have one, but you would need Pascal for that, and there aren't too many Pascal cards that are really good, and the ones that are really good are pretty rare. So, you know, I think there's a debuff one that came out recently, and that one was pretty good, but you know, again, it's a pretty rare card. It hasn't come back like some of these refresher banners that they're bringing back, but they're not bringing back like that good Pascal or stuff like that. So, you know, it's really hard to use Diaz unless he has without having a 1-2, and I feel that that's why my Schneider was always a step behind right now, because yeah, I had Tiger Brand DC and I have the DF Kautz, but the thing is that without a 1-2, I feel that he's a step behind, and for that reason I was not using him. That's gonna change if I choose the next team, but I'll go into more detail about that later. So that's the thing. That's my opinion on Diaz. So we have here, we know that the Dream Collection, I didn't even mention this guy in my Spanish video now that I think about it. I don't remember his name, but the one that's between the Kluivert brothers, will be receiving a rework. So maybe he turns out pretty good as a support forward. I highly doubt that it will be a shooting forward. The Kluivert brothers are still a notable force to be reckoned with. If you could build them with the right skills, I think at one point they had various skills for them in the shop, and if you already had them, then of course you should have gotten those skills to be able to improve them as cards. But if you don't have those skills, they're still usable, they're still powerful. But if you already have I would go for this squad. If you already have a set goalkeeper, you have to have a really good goalkeeper. Who knows, maybe this Espada turns out pretty good, but at the same time, there's a lot of firepower here available if you already have the right pieces for it. Okay, so this one seems to be one of the stronger of the three. So as I mentioned, as long as you already have a goalkeeper, this might be one that you want. But for Schneider, you want to have him at BB4, and you want to have a 1-2 for him. So think carefully before you pick this one. Now for this squad that features Munich 11, it has a good variety of players. The only thing is that this one seems to be the weakest one according to a lot of people on Facebook, because they feel that, well, this one has the most gacha players of the three. The only thing is that this one, at least, a lot of people feel that DF Mueller is actually a pretty good goalkeeper, mostly because it has full body stance, so that makes it at least survivable with him. I would like to have, I wouldn't mind having him, but I don't know, with the fact that the anniversary is coming up, who knows how much life he has. But at the same time, if you don't have a goalkeeper and you desperately need one, but you must have at least 4 red players to be able to use his bond, so keep that in mind. The other thing is Munich 11 is a good player, he's a solid player, but what I don't like is that he has a combination special skills up, which means you're only going to get to power up his 1-2 unless you have a good Chow, which there really isn't that many good Chows to be able to use his Dragon's Roar with Schneider. So that's kind of why I have him on the bench, and I don't really use him. I have him at BB2. If I pull this card, which most likely seems the squad that I'm going to pull, I would be able to use this one to BB3 him, and some dupe 11s that I have to be able to get this one at BB4. But at the same time, I have the red one, and I could use the 1-2 on that red one. Do I want to? Probably not. I don't know. But Munich 11, I think, falls a little bit behind because of that. His shot stat is just kind of like, it's up there, but it's not where some of the top scorers are at. So, he's cool, but he's cool. Okay, and with Gordoba, I believe that's his name, the defender there for Catalonia. The thing with him is that I didn't see in the player database a card. It's only that one card and the one gacha card that's available, and neither of them have an S intercept skill. So I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It's gonna make him very easy to pass over, whether it's in a matchup or a wide pass, unless he's in the penalty area. But even then, so unless they bring him an S intercept skill onto the shop or it's already there, then he's gonna be a step behind for sure. The Bueno that's here, he's pretty decent, like in a debuff team, but at the very least his worth is more in having the S intercept skill that was previously only exclusive to the one that came in the official Spain jersey during that one anniversary. I forgot which one, but so at least you get the skill from there. The Makelolo, I don't remember, I think he gets like full power gauge up, which is always kind of nice. That Tiger Brand is useless, is really much just to be able to pass on the tackle skill to the another Tiger Brand. But who knows, maybe this one might have some techniques, some sub skills that you can extract from him, because, well, I'll get into that. They did mention that these players would come with sub skills that they normally do not have to better improve these teams. So check them out, check out to see what kind of skills they have. Sedan right here, or is it Sedan right here, even though it's a gacha player, to me is the most useful player that I want from here, because I have both clubs fest players for Pierre and Napoleon, and this one gives both of those players 15% stamina reduction when it comes to special skills, And the way that I like to use Napoleon to drain defenders and goalkeepers, that's definitely something that I want so that I can attack more frequently. And with Pierre, it'll be useful so that I feel less guilty about using defensive skills to possibly go on the attack right away. And instead of always being matched up with Kauts, because usually the defense marking is always on Pierre. So if I manage to increase my shot skill force through a defensive play, then that would be pretty cool. Now the Pierre here is like I mentioned, that Zidane is a gacha player, but I can't be waiting around to see when I'm gonna get him. I need him like right now. And my team is heavily focused on red non-JP players or red club players. This one is not a club player, but still the red non-JP I could use because I have Natureza. So yeah, that's one that I really want, and I think would be quite useful to me personally, me. So think about what your needs and what your necessities are, right? The Pierre right here, the only good thing about him is that he comes with the S dribble skill in case I think the DF one already has the S skill as well, so it's probably useless. The Schneider right here is one card that I really wanted for a while now, because my Schneider, even though I have DC Tiger Brown and DF Counts, I just have them on the bench because I could use the shot, but like I mentioned, without a 1-2, I feel he's a step behind, just like how Diaz is. So I feel that almost any forward should already have a dribble and the 1-2 if your intent is to attack and shoot with them. And so the fact that I finally get this 1-2 for free is 1-2 that I've been hoping that of all the dupes and all the cards and the SSR tickets and everything that I pulled, I would finally get this one, and he wouldn't come to me. I finally get to get him for free and bring that Schneider back into my team. So yay for me. And the Napoleon, I think he has a S intercept S intercept, and I already have the cannon tackler one as well. So I might consider changing some skills on my Napoleon to give him some defensive stuff, because a lot of people like to match up with them. So we'll see what I decide. Now let's go on and check the last one. Now for this squad, the featured player will be Ribaul, of course. It has a 10% boost to forwards when they receive a pass from him, and he has a full body stand, which of course is very helpful in him getting through. Especially you're gonna need him at BB4 nowadays, of course, if you're gonna use him. So if you're gonna pick him, hopefully you have enough Tomatsus or some other ways to be able to increase them. Otherwise, it'll still be just okay now. Ken, I think, is still usable goalkeeper. Ken is still usable goalkeeper here, and I think he still holds his own against some of the forwards. So if you need a goalkeeper desperately, Ken would be nice, but you do need to have at least 4 skill type players to be able to use them, to be able to get the bond out of them at least. This Almeja is gonna get a rework, so we'll see if he gets any good. As he was right now, he was just a good tackler, so we'll see if they give him some increase in intercept as well. If you do not have Akai is a tremendous and excellent defender, very much worth it, but of course you need to have him at BB4. And I still laugh at the time that during the anniversary tickets I was getting like 2 or 3 duplicates, and I was like, oh my goodness, give me the DC one instead, please, blah blah blah. Oh, another DF, And even though at first I thought it was trash and useless, now it's like, very thankful that I received them. Very awesome, because it was able to get me to BB4 very easily and not have to use any of the Tamatsus that I had from the gifts that they gave us. The Ishizaki here is not too bad, especially if he's on a debuff team. His boost against forwards is actually pretty good, and stats wise overall is not bad. I wish I can invest in him, but I'll have to wait until I get various gacha versions of him to do so. This Chao right here is something that I would want to get, because he's probably the best version that there is available if you want to use that Munich 11 and you already have him, so they can use the Dragon's Roar. But you do need at least 3 skill type non-Japanese players to be able to activate his bond, and his bond is just okay. And the problem that I have is that they keep wanting to make him a shooter from the defensive midfield position. I get it, I guess it's cool, he has Insight Master and stuff like that, so it kind of makes up for some of his shortcomings. But you need to be able to have skills to be able to at least an intercept skill. I do have the DF blue one to pass on the intercept skill if I wanted to, but I don't know that I want this player as much as I want the 1-2 for Schneider and the Sedan. So I mean, this squad right here has the most Dreamfest collection players, but at the same time, it's like, don't just get a squad because of players that you don't have. I mean, unless you're playing just to collect these cards that are just digital and not You know, I feel like the primary purpose of getting these cards is so you could play online and try and win games. But if that's not your thing and all you're trying to do is like literally collect, then I guess this would be the squad for you because it has the most exclusives in it. But you know, always check for your team depending on what it is that you're trying to do. If you want to play online, check to see what's up. And again, check for the sub skills because the sub skills will be different from what they normally come with when you pull them. Okay, and we'll get a little bit more into that in a little bit. The Misaki came out okay with the rework. If you need an S-Pass, there it is. If you have like 3 of them and you need one more to get them to 4 so that you could be by 2 levels another Misaki, well, there it is. The Grandios is one that I was curious about and was interested in because it's a player that I did want for like a little while. Mostly because I had the DF Rivaul that we see here already. This one boosts them by an additional 2.5%. But now the way that my team is structured, I'm using the Catalonia Next Dream Rivaul instead. And this one would still give them an additional boost. So it'll be pretty nice. It comes with auto intercept and I believe insight master and stuff like that. So it's a very, very nice defensive midfielder. You could use him as an offensive midfielder as well, or attacking midfielder, I guess. So it's a good card and it's making me consider this one because of that Grandios. But at the same time, Rivaul is not a card that I'm using as much as I'm using Pierre and Napoleon. So that's why Sedan is more of a necessity for me, and like I said, that 1-2 for Schneider. So it's very hard for me personally, for my squad, to pass it up. But the Grandios is a very nice addition along with the Rivaul and the Akai. So this one has a lot of good players actually. We'll see how the Tsubasa comes out with the new rework that they're gonna give them. Espadas is always nice to have. I love Espadas, one of my favorite player cards. Unfortunately, I think he's always a step behind for the same thing, even 2 steps behind, 3 steps behind, because he doesn't have a good dribble skill with high momentum, does not have access to a 1-2, and the shooting skills that he does have in both high balls, low balls, and even the ground shot are very low. So unfortunately, not a good card to play with, not a good card to use. But hey, you know, Espadas, hopefully they give him some love in the future and give him something with a higher momentum. Then we also have the skill type Nita, which actually came out kind of okay, I guess. But I personally already pulled them just by luck through an SSR ticket or one of the banners. I don't know. But, you know, I played against them. I think it was just all right. I prefer shooters that have skills that can make you fly because it seems like that's an additional RNG that could work in your favor. But that's just me personally. And I think that's it for this team. So let's go and see what they're talking about in regards to the sub skills next. So one of the things that they did mention was that all of these player cards are going to have sub skills that they normally don't come with. And here's an example of it, showing the Rivaul that comes with the golden left leg of victory that is normally found in the gacha blue one from Catalonia, or if you got the event one from Catalonia as well, it comes with that shot. I don't think this Rivaul normally comes with killer dribble, but I don't know how many different skills they're gonna come with, but it is something that's additional to the gifts that they're giving us. So make sure also that as you're trying to decide, check to see maybe if there's players that you already have. Again, instead of going for players that you don't have, if there's players you already have and you want to improve that team and you need skills, you need boundary breaks, stuff like that, then go for the players that you already have and check the skills, check the sub skills, all right? Let's go to the next one. Okay, so I think here for the extreme events is pretty self-explanatory. I'm not gonna go much into that, but this is something that seems to benefit veterans a lot more than newbies or like the new accounts and stuff like that, because by now, if you've been playing for a while, you should have a lot of the energy recovery balls that they gave out for a period. And skip tickets are gonna do wonders for the extreme events, but at the same time, who knows, we'll see what's up. But that's it. And for the time attack events, what they're gonna be adding is a retry button, which I feel is absolutely useless unless they're removing, like if I'm messing up on an event, all I do is close the app, go back in, restart match. You get at least 2 of those opportunities, so you get technically 3 tries per stage. This one, it says that you retry straight from the stage that you were in, but it's gonna cost you energy. Why would I do that if I could at least try again without, I mean, unless it's gonna be done on the very, very last one, I guess you could do that and it'll save you some time, but at the same time I feel it's a little useless because you could just close the app, go back in. I hope they don't remove that. I hope that they don't make it so that you forfeit the event if you do that, but I guess we'll see. And it looks like that's it for me then with this video. I had recorded some stuff for my Dreamfest polls, but that was in Spanish, but I didn't record audio. And I had recorded analysis for like the video, for the transfers that were available during that time, including the fest, but I don't know what happened to the audio and I lost it, so I might add it to the end of this video just for lows, so you could check it out, see the stuff that I did not get. And you know, maybe hopefully I found a way to speed it up. Otherwise, then this video will just have to do with what with the new news that they brought out. And I hope that you find it useful, the information, and I hope this helps you in selecting your team. Be careful, be mindful, check the sub skills and check to see what it is that you have. And you know, depending on what your team is, that's always the most important. Depending on what your team is and what your goal is, whether you want to improve that team, especially with the new BB4s now. So you know, be very careful. All right, that's it for me. Thank you so much. Hopefully you like this video enough to like and subscribe, and we'll see you for some more content in the future. Be kind, practice kindness, please. Be respectful, be responsible, be safe. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Peace and love, everybody. See ya.